By doing these five things, you will live a more balanced life and a more fulfilled lifestyle. Welcome, welcome to Maple and Mangu. I am Rafael, your host. This is episode 4, and today we are going to be talking about the importance of living a balanced lifestyle, about the importance of living a life with meaning. And life these days, there are so many things trying to steal our attention, and if we are not careful, we end up giving the time that we have, which is the most precious thing, to things that don't really add meaning to our life. So, have five things to cover right here. I'm going to elaborate a lot on the first one because I believe that is the most important one. So, here we go. Dedicate time to everything that is important to you. There are many things that are important in the moment, and there are other things that fulfill us. In my opinion, you need to put time into these four categories. First one is you need to think about health and fitness. Health and fitness is extremely important. If we have no health, we have no wealth. I heard once somebody say a phrase that stuck with me up to today. Most people, most men, actually men were more prone to do this. We trade our health and our family trying to get wealth. Just to, when we're old, we will try to trade all our wealth trying to recover our family and our health. So it is extremely important that we are dedicating time to exercise, to put some those steps in to make sure that we are prepping the correct meal, so we are not eating the junk food just because it feels good at the moment. We want to make sure that we exercising. We want to make sure that we are eating the right foods. We want to make sure that it is intentional what we do in that area. So put some time into what it is, your health. Second thing you should put time into is financials and business. For the average person, you say 9 to 5 job, you go work 9 to 5, you come home, and that's your finances. As long as you're doing that, that's good for a source of income. And then, but whatever you're doing with the money that you bringing in the house is also important. What are you doing with the money? How can I grow the money? How can I invest the money so it can grow for me while I sleep? So it's extremely important that we invest time into our finances or our business. For most entrepreneurs, their businesses is what feeds their lifestyle. Their businesses is what feeds legacy and everything else, right? So business and finance, they are correlated. Next thing is families and relationships. Family and relationships. This is extremely important. All right, so I am Dominican, so I'm all about family. I'm very passionate about family. My mom, I love her so much. My kids, my wife. When I am around them, I feel like I'm a king. I feel like I am protected. I feel that I have support and all these things. So family is very important. However, if I did not dedicate time to my family over the years, over my whole life, likely I would not have the relationship that I have with them right now. Likely that would not have been the case. For myself, I make sure that I allocate time for family. If not on the daily basis, maybe every second day. And I would tell you a routine that I done because I am an entrepreneur. I make my own schedule. I choose when I meet my clients. Usually, what I do is I work during the day around 3-4 o'clock. I take a break and I hang out with my family. Maybe watching anime on the couch with my kids for 2 hours or so. After having dinner. And then I do a couple of meetings with my clients in the evenings, and I split my day that way. But I put time into, in the morning, I went to the gym, 6-7 in the morning. I try to do that 3 times a week, 3 to 5. 5 is a bit hard for me to accomplish, but 3, at least 3 I go. Then I can spend a bit of time with the couch, with the kids around that time. I do a movie night with my wife in the evenings, or if we're not going out, we don't go out that often because we get to travel quite a bit through our business, but we at least I have time to find a moment to watch a movie or do things like this. Sometimes I would just say, hey kids, you're not taking the bus to school today, I'm gonna drive you, and I do that. I drive into school just so I can chat with them, right? So all of those things are important to add time into what is family and relationships, right? So next thing is spirituality and faith. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in the universe or not, I can tell you this for sure. If we do not find a way to find that we are not the biggest thing, the most important thing there is, we eventually gonna find ourselves in a dark place. And what that means is that we need to find a way to come to our senses that there is more to life than just us. There is more to life than just us. That the energy that we give is the energy that we receive. That prayers and miracles are possible. When we focus on something, and if you do not have God, if you do not have the universe, if you don't have that connection with the higher being, when you get to that dark place where every plan failed, when every business partner quit on you, or every client is not becoming your client, and you don't have a relationship, maybe you are going through a divorce, maybe you got fired, and when it feels like there is no hope and there is nothing else, where do you turn to if you do not have faith, if you do not have that connection with a higher divine power, right? So that is why it's extremely important. Now, that is the number one, and I wanted to elaborate a lot on this one because this is where the main thing is. Now, number two is you need to schedule your life. You need to schedule your life, and then within that schedule, make sure that you are in time for all of the things that I mentioned previously. So make sure that you having a schedule, everything that is important to you. That is number two. So have to-do lists. What do I have to do? So those things are important to be in place. Number three is you need to prioritize. Prioritize what is important and urgent. There is no such thing as balance. Sometimes I hear people say this, they live a balanced lifestyle. There is no such thing as balance because not everything requires the same effort. Not everything remains the same. I always talk about this. This is like that game of spinning plates. If you look on YouTube here, you can see there is some game. So there is this person spinning plates. If the plates are spinning and they're going really fast, it's really great, right? And then once this one has enough momentum, you go to the next plate and you start spinning that plate, all right? And then you go to the next one. Guess what? By the time you get to the fourth plate, if you have 4 plates right here, the first plate is slowing down, and you will fall if you don't pay attention to that. Life is just like that. If I just focus on being with my kids and being with family and all of that, and I completely neglect my finances, what's going to happen? My finances are going to suffer, right? So if I just focus on my business, I never give time to my kids or my wife and all of that, my family and relationship are going to suffer, right? So it is important that we say, okay, what needs my attention the most right now? What needs my attention the most right now? And then we focus on that. So that is prioritized. Number 4, and this is an easy one on paper, but it's not really easy in life. It's learn to say no. Learn to say no. As I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, everything that we encounter in life is trying to steal our attention, right? It's trying to steal our eyes. It's trying to take us away from what we should be doing at this moment. And I can tell you one thing. If you don't learn to say no to all those things that pops up, you will never gonna have the time to put into your business. You will never gonna have the time to put into your family, your health, and you are busy. No, you're not busy. You're just not organized, and people are stealing your time. So when something comes up, something that is not on your schedule comes up and does not contribute to your finance and business, doesn't contribute to your family and relationship, doesn't contribute to your faith and spirituality, and doesn't contribute to your fitness and health, you just say no. All right? So And one more thing, I only talk about those things. I don't talk about having fun in those things because I believe that you can have fun doing anything, right? I have fun, watching anime with my kids on the couch. I have fun, when we go to the karate class with them. I have fun, when I am with my business partners and we travel together and all of that. So you can have fun about all those things. If I go to church, we have fun. So fun is just part of life, right? So that is very important. And the last thing, number five, and I believe this is extremely important, is that we need to live a life on purpose. We need to live a life on purpose. And by doing these previous 4 things, we can actually live the best life ever. Why? Because everything that we do it with a purpose. They say that we are all going to arrive somewhere someday. But if we do not have a plan, if we do not use our time intentionally, guess what? It's likely not going to be a place that we want to be. So let's live life on purpose. Let's live our best life ever. Let's elevate our being to the next level so we can conquer whatever goals we're finding.